Welcome, one and all. Welcome, my rock fans, or our rock fans, not mine, everybody's, because I'm just one of 6. Welcome to Lauren, to Trish, to Pete, to Simon, and to William. We are MPJ, new rock album review show. Dun dun dun. We review the latest rock albums, rate them out of 5. Maybe get into a Hall of Fame, maybe get into Album of the Year, which after this lot show, there's only November to come, and then we are into Album of the Year. How exciting. Today's offering is Lorna Shore. I feel the Everblack Festering within me. Now, that is a title and a half. I mean, it's going to get half a point just for the title, isn't it? And where best to start than somebody where Everblack is always festering in his heart? Simon.
Oh, interesting choice to start with me.
Well, you're just next, mate. It was going round.
All right, okay, thanks for ruining the illusion.
All right, sorry, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Lorna Shore, I've been listening to them for years. I always feel torn with these kind of things, so I do enjoy them. I like listening to them. It's good fun. It's mental what they do. But we're reviewing albums, and that's where it kind of falls apart a little bit for me. I like listening to Lorna Shore. I love hearing them, like, at a festival or whatever, playing on stage. Like, they go mental, they go hard. But listening to an over hour-long plus, where every track is like in the 6, 7, 8 minute long length, this is just too much for me as one sitting as an album. Like I said, I enjoy this kind of music, but as an album overall, all the tracks sort of just blurred together. Apart from there's like some really cool bits. There's like the solo in Darkness was absolutely mental. Things like that. But yeah, for me, all of this sort of blurs together. And as an album as a whole, yeah, it's cool what they're playing. But also, if they played this at a show or whatever, I wouldn't know what track they're playing. I'd just be bopping along to it. So yeah, it's all right.
Let's go now to the darkness, the festering darkness within them, the true Lorna Shore fans. William, let's talk with you then. I'm going to presume you're going to gush wonderful expletives here.
This was a wonderful experience. They make such beautiful noises with their mouths and with their instruments, and it made me very, very happy. I had such fun with this album, and I'm going to continue having such fun with it in years to come because it's very, very good. I mean, it starts with a fantastic track, Prison of Flesh, to really hit you in the face, gets you ready for it. Goes into Oblivion, which is honestly a top tier song, and is easily one of their best songs, I'd say, at this point. My God, this album is phenomenal. Will Ramos has just an incredible voice, and I have no idea how he does the things he does, and the beautiful sounds and noises that appear from that man's mouth are absolutely phenomenal. But oh man, this is a phenomenal album. It's so good. I like it a lot.
Now, somebody else who makes beautiful sounds from his mouth, just not in the right accent. It's Pete.
All right, so how long do I get to talk about this? What's the limit?
As long as you want, mate. I can edit it. It's fine.
Right.
I can just cut you out. No problem. I'll just edit it and voice over. Pete thought it was great.
Here comes the short version. It should be illegal to make music this good and this hard, but I'm really happy it isn't. So you can use that. And here comes the long version. So, of course, I'm a huge Lorna Shore fan ever since Will joined and started making crazy noises. I remember coming up to this album, they always release a few singles first, of course, being like Unbreakable and Oblivion, which at the time didn't really hit for me. I was like, yeah, those are good songs, but it's not like the Lorna Shore quality that I'm used to. And then they released Prison of Flesh. And I remember it was the same as with the last album when Sun Eater was released. I remember it was early morning. I was stood in the kitchen making sandwiches. And a breakdown hit me, and I remember just holding on to the kitchen counter for dear life because I thought the music would just knock me clean off the face of the fucking planet. And that happened again when Prison of Flesh was released. I was sat right here at my desk, just holding on to my desk like, oh my god, I'm going to be knocked into the stratosphere. That is how hard this music is. It is insane. So yeah, once the entire album was released, Oblivion and Unbreakable started to click with me more as well because I saw them in the hole. Yeah, in the end, it's just back to front, banger after banger. Though the real beauties are in the later half of the album, where you got like Death Can Take Me and War Machine, which got a very unique sound. War Machine, very Lorna Shore-esque, but really great. If they continue going down that road, I'll fucking love it. And yeah, like I told you, Nige, like there's something for everybody on this album because you got these tracks like Forevermore and what is it again? Glenwood, which talks about the singer being estranged from his father, even though they only lived like 10-minute drive away from each other, which is beautiful. The haunting guitar solos are, as always, just as like on the last album, the Pain Remains trilogy, hauntingly beautiful solos, brutal drums and guitar mixed in. Will Ramos doing his thing with like the goated singer of deathcore. My god, what an amazing album. Again, it should be illegal to make music this good and this hard, and I'm so glad it's not.
Wow. Now, we've heard the devils. Let's go to the angels. Trish.
Full-on deathcore is like Marmite. You either fully embrace it, love every morsel of it, or you will completely want to go into a corner to cry after your ears have bled listening and will not be going back for another listen. I am more to the latter side, unfortunately, although I won't be going to a corner to cry as I can't completely be negative about an album, or at least try not to be. I managed one listen and that was enough, especially if some of the tracks are way too long at 7 to 9 minutes of just noise. But these guys are at the pinnacle of this genre and have such a fan base, they know what they're doing. Musically, the drums are pounding and cleverly mixed with a bit of electronic, orchestral with a choir thrown in the Darkness track. The only palatable track on the album for me was Glenwood. This album did fester for me, but not in an enjoyable way. Sorry.
Oh, Lauren.
So, I very much agree with Simon. It's one of those things where throughout my years of rock development, I've heard Lorna Shore, I've listened to Lorna Shore, but it's always been in those spats of like, this has come into my mix or whatever. I've never sat down and listened to an entire album front to back and gone, right, cool, let's see what this has got in store for me. And it was almost like, you know, when you have Christmas dinner and you keep eating and then by the end of it you go, my God, it's too much. I can't do anymore. It was very much that sort of sensation. Like, I love screaming music, stuff like that, but it has to scratch the back of my brain in a certain way and like have a little bit of a balance and stuff. Obviously, Lorna Shore, they've got the pedigree. They know what they're doing. Like, for what it is done superbly. Like, it's produced really well, all of that stuff. It is brutally punishing. If this is what you're into, you couldn't ask for better, in my opinion. It's just, for me, at this current point, it is just too much. That, and like I've said before, the main way I tend to connect to music is lyrically. When I can't tell what's being said or what's going on, and like the scream isn't just used to punctuate an emotion or whatever, then I struggle to connect with it. So whilst it is a good album, it just didn't really take me on a journey. But yeah, there are parts of it that I will cherry pick and keep and be like, okay, today I'm in a really angry mood. That's going on. And then that's like, that's what I'll do. But overall, it's just not something I'm going to go back to as a whole. And like Simon said, we're here to judge the album as a whole and give our opinion. So yeah, on balance, lovely stuff, but it just came for me at the wrong time.
My turn. Right. Well, here we go. Broken record time. But you know, let's look at the positives. The first 20 to 30 seconds of the opening track, I'm thinking, wow, God, these guys know how to play music. And then Will opens his gob, and then it all goes to shit. And quite frankly, can fester at the bottom of some musical pile hole, never to be listened to again, in my humble opinion, because that's not the sort of music I can listen to. I mean, you know, I get a text from Pete saying, check these out, they're beautiful songs. Really? Nah. Not for me. Absolutely terrible. And a part of me goes like, I wish I could transpose myself into the head of William and Pete and hear what they hear, because I can't. Like I genuinely, and I give these sorts of albums a go every single time. I genuinely do try to listen to them, and I try to ken out some positivity that, you know, maybe someday I'll pick up on the vibe. I'll pick up on what is so when the expletives of how beautiful and how amazing, and I'm going like, if this is beauty, then, you know, well, there's some beauty in hell, because that's kind of the only thing that I can kind of possibly think of, really. You know, and we have this dialogue, don't we, between Pete not absolutely hating symphonic Dutch metal, which I think is an absolute thing of absolute beauty, and this is a complete opposite of them. I will absolutely give credit where credit due. I think from a musicianship and musicality, it's like it is obviously fantastic, but vocally, nah, I hated it. Right, okay. Will Lorna Shore? Will there be enough here to get Lorna Shore into our Hall of Fame and possibility of a place in our Album of the Year? It's going to be a tough one. Let's start with you then, Simon.
You're muted.
You're muted, Simon. You newbie. You. Oh, Jesus.
It's because I don't want you to hear. Absolutely average 2.5.
William.
5.
Pete.
First of all, how dare you ask me to rate such brilliance, such a screwed thing as a scale of 1 to 5? Because it should be up in the millions or something. But guessing, like, seeing as I have no other options, I guess it needs to be a 5.
We could give you a 5.05 if you really want to. It won't make any difference, but you know.
Well, drop all your scores except for mine and Will's. Then I think we got what we need.
Trish.
0.5.
Lauren.
Oh, brilliant album at the wrong time. 1.5.
I also give it a 0.5, which I'm delighted to say we could drop Trish's. We could drop Trish's 0.5.
I'm so disappointed in all of you, except for you, Will. You're amazing. Don't change.
Yeah. So we could drop. So my score actually counts for once in this sort of music.
Yeah,
right? Yay! Unfortunately, William. Unfortunately, Pete. It only got a 2.9. Overall, which will not qualify for Album of the Year, not even as a wildcard pick, I'm afraid, and didn't make our top 100 albums of the year as a group. For you two, let it keep festering within your hearts. All right, okay, that's all we're going to say. But anyway,
let's fuck these guys. Let's get out of here. Let's start our own podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't have to listen to this anything anymore. That'd be great. Right, thank you very, very much, everybody. Do you agree, Lorna Shore fans? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Will you do a Pete and storm out the room in absolute anger? He hasn't really, but there we go. Leave your comments below. Hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you very much to my wonderful panel today. Tune in for the next episode where we will be reading I Prevail. I'll come in to a stage near you. Goodbye. Keep rocking.